Hey riders, we are back. Guess what time it is? It's boom time. Time for some watts. Muckers, Thursday, Championship Race Series. I think this is I think it's 2 of the month. I could be wrong about that. I've been out of the loop for a little while, folks. You have to excuse me, I'm a little bit out of it today. Sorry I missed last week as well. I was crazy out, busy. Off to a big start here, folks. Big turnout here as usual for the Muckers. Let's just pop in here. And as we all know, there's been, I guess it's a small update, but it's a huge update in reality to the drafting on Rouvy. So we're going to see how this is going to play out today. How are people going to ride it? Do you try to get away? I've seen in some shorter races, it's kind of like some crazy kamikaze starts. 12, 15 watts per kilo off the rip, get the bump, get out ahead, and then they'll have a very hard time catching you. So what have I been up to? I think I was just crazy busy last Thursday. I can't remember. Oh, my daughter's birthday. That's what it was. So we're getting ready for that. The night before the birthday, we had a concert in Calgary. That's what it was. We had to leave early on the Thursday for a concert in Calgary. 2 bands. You probably heard of one for sure, Journey. What an awesome band from the 80s. And that, I hate to say the new guy that sings, because he's been around 16 years, but wow, does he do a good job to replace Steve Perry. Let's just hang out with Mike Hagan here for a bit. Pushing nice 400 watts, trying to get on someone's wheel here. So let's have a little look at the front and see what's going on here. Andy Emo. Yvonne Sagan, 86. Now, pretty sure I've seen this rider before in the past. Adam Pell's here. Here's a new rider for me, Cespa. Tom Larigier right here. With this new draft too, so I think it was last Sunday's Team GRC Sunday short race. Sunday and Sunday, I just said it there twice, right? I noticed people riding at the front that this would include me. So no disrespect to anyone. You're able to hang on a lot easier to the faster riders at the front. So if you're like a 3 watt per kilo rider, you're going to hang on with these 4 and 5, even up to 6 watt per kilo hitters. So I expect to see group dynamics change a lot here. What I can say about it is if you get out of the draft, you're gone. That's it. Bye-bye. So, it's been changed a lot. There's another platform that kind of does it this way as well. I don't need to mention their name. I enjoy the draft. It really helps out a lot. Sometimes it's too perfect, but this can only be simulated so far. To have 300 and 400 riders riding together in a perfect draft formation, I don't think is ever going to happen. But again, this might be as close as we ever get to perfection on here. So I love it. Okay, so Breer's 33, L. Rollins here, Gil Mattiau's here, as we expect. Cespa is a rider I haven't seen before. Mignana Gers here, I've seen them a lot. Adam Pell's here. Andy Emo. Carol Susik should be here. This is great. Tranberg is here. Andy Up riding right near the front here. So, I was going to say maybe Andy's just hanging on for dear life, but he's pushing close to 7 watts a kilo here, just holding on to the back here. So that's the thing. I think once you get into the draft, things get really relaxed for you when you see that little perfect symbol show up. It'll say, word. It'll say perfect, great, good, and poor, I believe, or something like that. So it'll give you an indicator of how good your draft is. But I think once you start falling off, Herculean efforts to get back on, as it should be. You shouldn't be able to, or it shouldn't be easy to bridge up to 20 other riders that are in a pack. Let's have a little look at our map here. So where are we? So I think this ride here, I believe, and again, apologize, I've been so out of the loop here for the last week. I think this is it's a challenge route, and I think it's the north-south. I think it's what's called challenge. There's this Chile route. I think there's the Welsh one, the Welsh 30K, Wales 30K, and there's one other that I can't remember. Look at Andy up way at the front here. I love this. So I see Yair Recchi here. Let's jump out of this. And I think Yayoreki's been hanging out in our Discord a little bit, so good to see him there. Yeah, new names. Kolikak, Vin, Burbanik, 5. Okay, we expect to see Elenio 79 up here. We got Chorus, we got Grep, Yayareki, Niminin Ladiers or something. Tom Larigier, sorry. Silly Sill here. Okay, so again, out of the loop. Thursday night concert. Oh yeah, so Journey was there. Let's just hang out with Silly Sill for a bit. Journey was there. So awesome live. Their songs, like just go on your whatever you got, Spotify, iTunes, I don't care what you use. They're all the same. Put on Journey's greatest hits, and you will rock out to at least 10 songs that you knew growing up. So good. The other band was a band called Toto, and they were so awesome. They opened, so this is all in Calgary. We did that last Thursday night. My daughter's birthday. She wanted to have a turkey dinner for her birthday, so it was the turkey with all the fixings, so that kept me busy. I did a little ride Sunday. Then I did the Team GRC Sunday short race coverage. So, full day already. I'd known about this before, but Monday I had to go in for oral surgery at the dentist. So if I sound a little bit today, I know I'm slurring a bit. My face is still quite swollen. So I had, on Monday afternoon, I had a 3-hour dentist appointment. One side got finished, so my implant is completely done on one side, but the left side, I had 2 teeth that I cracked right through. They were both pulled a while back. So I've got this huge gap there, and I had to wait for a bone graft. And apparently, from what I've been told, this is cadaver bone. Whatever that means, I don't know, but it was screwed into my jaw. And so, you can imagine what it was like. Oh yeah, and at the end, so let's say I spent 45 minutes in the first part and 2 and a bit in the second part. At the end, the dentist, who I know very well, my wife's worked with him for like 20 years, he says to me, he goes, you know what? The majority of people are sedated for that. I'm like, what? I could have been sedated? Yeah, I was wide awake the whole time. Yeah, bloodbath, all that kind of good stuff, right? So anyways, I'm on 3 meds right now. I did manage to ride this morning. Performance was okay. I was very, very dizzy though. With these 3 different meds, they're just playing games with me, right? But anyways, let's get back to the race here. This is the important stuff. So again, if you hear some weird talking, it's just me. So we got 74 riders on course. A great turnout. Thursday evening in the UK, Europe. I'm going to come to the back of Coffee King 70, a new name for me. We've got Jeff 65 here. Jeff's always great to drop comments for me. Stelvio Bound. Phil SRCT. See this character a lot as well. Good to see you. Rouvy Brian. We got Grosjean. And remember, folks, a lot of people here, even though this is a championship race, a lot of people do tend to ride to power. You can't obliterate yourself every day, right? You got to have some rest days. And I'm sure they did more of that. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, okay, it is. See, this is how messed up I am. I was just going to say it was Tuesday. It is Thursday today. I'm all over the place. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's Thursday, so they are going to ride to pace. You can't destroy yourself every ride. It is early in, and this is a long route today. So we're going to see how this is going to play out. All these drafting mechanics might be new for a lot of people at the moment. CJF Andel's here, Grosjean, Rouvy Brian, Niels Brenham. Nice crew here. El Tractor, Regina L just ahead. Great to see here. I see Regina around a lot now. She must be really getting into Rouvy. We've got Neil here, Mucker 1974 with Niels Brenham. Balasso, yep. I've seen this name before, I just can't say it right now. Anon He Must, I've seen this name too. OG, Robin Aggie, A Wool. Aha, A Wool. I should know the name. I think it's Andrea something. If I'm incorrect, Andrea, I apologize. I guess you'll be Andrea for today. In one of my previous videos, I called you out. Gave you a shout out is what I meant. Call out sounds a little bit too aggressive maybe, but yeah, call out, shout out, whatever. And Roger Trainer was kind enough to let me know who you are, but the brain's pretty foggy right now. Dolph Wader here was Christopher. Doc PS, Squallow Del LP. Mako. Ratim. Yes, we're working our way up. Bat Builder with Silly Sill. It's so funny here too. I'm really getting to know who likes to ride together, who likes to ride each other's paces. Look at Sill here. She's just falling off the back, and now she's having to drop 5 watts a kilo to try to get back on to get on Tom's wheel here. So the draft is super beneficial. So she's back in, but I know Sill here is thinking, I got to get up to the next bunch, or else we're getting dropped right now. So look at her. She's just hammering. Almost 6 watts per kilo, folks. 6.5 watts per kilo. She's got to get on now. Again, this is what I talked about before. There's these little moments in the races that are make or break moments. Tom's reacting too. He knows he's got to help Sylvia out here. She can't do it alone. Maybe she can. But it sure would be help if he would come up, give a pull, which he's doing right now. Excellent work by Tom here. Give Sylvia a little bit of a break, and they can bridge back up together. You can see they were 22 meters behind to Yaya Reki. Now it's 25. That front group with so many more riders is hard to get back to. Tom's taking a rest. Now it's 27 meters. Sylvia's trying again. You can see the gap just growing right before them. Let's hit a little bit of map mode. So this is how the race dynamics are going to play out now. It's not as easy as it was before, but once you're in, it's easy. And you're going to receive a huge benefit from being in the group, like 40% savings easy. And as you can see here, they're gone. Tom's here with Sylvia now. They just couldn't bridge back on, but they've got Oni D up ahead, who might be someone that they can work with. Mr. Tired is with Hal Air. Good to see Hal here. Always see him hanging out. Matthias Hale. Ton van Horbeck. Oh, I hope I said that right. Mike Hagen. See, in this nice group here. Well, it'd be really nice if, sometimes there's privacy stuff, so I don't get to see everyone's heart rate. That's cool. But I'd love to see the drafting savings here so I could show it to you. I can show it to you on my race stuff, but not in this one for some reason. I guess they just don't want to show it. Maybe make the screen too messy. So we got a great group here. Look at this. Probably 10 riders here all together, all draft savings. And if we go back just a little bit, we're going to see Tom and Sylvia now. Just let's see where they are now. Yeah, so what was 22 meters before is now 130. They are gaining on Oni D, though. Oni's trying to bridge back up by themselves, but I don't think that's possible at this point. Not with this new draft in here. It's really changed the dynamics of racing. Let's get to the front, see what's going on. Tranberg, Carroll, Andy Amo, Adam Pell, El Rowan, Bear Remy, Mignana, hitters. Rocket Roy's here. Looks like this rider, Chris Kinder, looks like a new name to me. Hi, Chris. Yvonne Sagan, 86, I believe it was. I was going to say 65 for some reason. The brain misfiring. Let me back up a little bit here. Yeah, the group's rotating through. Andy up is here. Perfect. Nice job, Andy. So look at this. Andy's way up there in 6th place today. This is great. So if you can get in that draft, you can go a long ways. Could be a good strategy. Let's say you're like me, 3 to 3.5 watt per kilo rider, like average. Maybe on a good day I'm up to 3.5. If I can get into a race group and hang out with those 5 to 6 watt per kilo riders, I have to do a rocket start, get into their draft, and just hold on for dear life. I may be having to work at 3.5 to 4 watts a kilo all the way, but they're going to be pulling me at 6, and I can get away. Doesn't mean I'm going to stay with them. I'm going to probably fall off the back, but slowly slip my way back. Maybe I'm not with the 6 watt per kilo riders anymore. Maybe I'm with the 5s, and then the 4.5s, and then the 4s. And then next thing you know, I'm ahead of most of the people that should be beating me. So the draft is going to play a huge difference here in Rouvy racing. I think this is really going to up Rouvy's race structure, race game altogether. So you can see here we're going through the first split with Mignana Gur right at the front. Actually, he's in 14th place. I would say we probably have... If I go back here, like you can see how quick it's changing. Back to maybe 20. I have a hard time seeing how many riders are right at the very front here. Okay, yeah, there's got to be at least 10 here. You can see, look at the leaderboard, just changing constantly. Maybe there's 12 riders up there. But yeah, you can see everyone's moving really nicely here. So, who am I? I'm on this Bruno character here. riding at 3 watts per kilo. Let's go to the front. Here's 4 watts per kilo right at the front. That rider's 4 watts per kilo, and then in behind you can see 2.5s and 2s. So huge power savings if you can stay in the wheel. Let's just jump back a little bit here. New name for me, looks like a Czech rider, just when I see that CZ at the end, BTK Jiri 70. Assuming you're born in 1970, just taking a wild guess at that. And again, I don't know who the Cespa is. Yep, so looks like the key front group, I'm going to say there's 16 riders since I see Gil Matteo there, and then there's a gap of 230 meters to Cespa. That's got to be the front group, so 16 riders. Then we go back to Cespa, who's riding solo, back to this BTK. We've got Course. Yeah, here's a nice group of 4. Yep, so BTKs by themselves, just about 30 meters. But we got 4 or 5 riders coming right now. Elenio 79, Course, the Niemanen, Grep, Stefan Schmidt, good to see you. Check this out, Spin Jedi. Who is the Spin Jedi? We're not sure. I'm not sure if that's a name change or not. Riding at 5 watts a kilo, 62, 63 kilogram rider here. So they're doing a nice chase on BTK, and they are slowly reeling them in. Okay. So yeah, little side distraction again. So yeah, again, we've had the oral surgery discussion, something you don't really want to go through too often. Very punishing. So right now I'm on painkillers. I'm on amoxicillin, whip-de-doo, just an antibiotic. And I'm also on some anti-swelling and other pain meds kind of combined in one. You know, and like, I know some, you know, not even putting in the same league as an elite athlete, but you always hear athletes say, yeah, I'm on antibiotics, I'm not performing that good. Well, I'm on 3 of them. I'm on 3 different meds right now. So I did do a ride this morning, Tour de Manche, short. Yeah, I was down a bit on power, but also I haven't been on the bike since Sunday, and I haven't been riding a ton lately. Like, I think you need to ride minimum 6 days a week to keep your condition. At least I do. So yeah, excuse, but you know what I'm saying, right? So I didn't feel that great today. In fact, I like to keep I have like a shelving unit built into the wall, and I keep my drinks and stuff up there, like just to turn over away from my screen to grab my drink. I got completely dizzy on my bike. If I would have been outside, I would have been thinking it was crash time. So let's pop back to the front here. Chris Kinder off the front, 7 watts per kilo, making a little move off the front. Like, again, I don't know who Chris is. I can see Chris has a snazzy looking avatar, so probably a legit racer here. Puts in the miles. Ivan Sagan, 86 coming up with the rest. Burbanek, Bruno Koss, Andy Emo, Gil Matteo, the people that I'm used to seeing up here. Andy Up doing a great job, hanging right in there. Mignana Gur, L. Rowland, Elenio 79. So I thought Elenio... Nope, yeah, see there? Elenio is behind. I just saw their name popping up. But it's now almost 500 meters up to that first pack of 16 riders. So Elenio should be up there. Might have been the new style of starting. We all know the other platform. And we know the rocket starts in that one. The races, the way the virtual racing is done a lot of times, it's so different and so intense right off the rip. Like hardcore elite World Tour pros have difficulty keeping up. We got a breakdown here. Oh, Chris Kinder did break down. So hopefully they're going to reconnect and get back onto where they were. Because that rider was at the front. You know, when these riders are starting at 15, 16 watts per kilo, it catches a lot of like people that aren't used to virtual inside cycling. It catches them off guard really quick. There's not like the slow build up. Let's slowly roll out together and wave to people leaving town and eat our snack bars and energy gels and things like that, right? So yeah, this is going to be way different. And I'm kind of thinking here, when I'm used to seeing Elenio 79 right at the front, that maybe this new start style is a little bit rough. Just maybe they haven't adapted yet. Boogie Bill 70 here. Misha, Mako, Squaladella P, Ratim, Christopher. Christopher, come on, Christopher. Sorry about that, Christopher. Actually, here you are. Here's Christopher. Definitely not Christopher. We got Bat Builder up ahead. Tom Larigier, Silly Sill, Doc. Here's Misha. OG, Renz Picave, Grupedo, Dolph, Regina L, Niels Brenham. Here's Kolofsky. So if Kolofsky here, Mucker, 1974 must be nearby. They tend to always write together. Yeah, here he is. So Niels right here. Let's take a look at our little pack here. So I would say in the past that a race like this being this flat, I would imagine this to be a lot more compressed. This looks like we've done a climb to me. That's just my first impressions. I could be totally wrong. The race seems quite blown apart, I think, because of the drafting. Like once you're out of that draft, it falls apart and you're going to lose distance quick. Like if I look at this, I kind of think, hey, we must have went up a big hill and the field's blown apart. It just seems really blown apart for this early on. Let me know what you think about that. Am I totally out to lunch? We got Dan Mountain Boss here. Maybe a mountain biker? Mountain Boss? Rada Balosa. Oh, I keep mixing up the vowels. So with that Alfio Christ 75, Kubek 81. Here's Phil again, SCRT. Mikey 73, yep, always present. Jeff 65 is cruising right along with Meridak and Stelvio Bound. Further back to Coffee King. DKN 90 is chasing after Coffee King. Get in that draft, dude. Get in that draft. You got this. Yeah, push up. You got it. A little bit. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of work now is going to save you a lot of effort later. So he's gaining on Coffee King. Slowly pulling him back. Coffee King, if this was me and I was out here, I'd let off just a bit. If I could see the guy behind me is riding 3.2, I'd be down to 2.5 now. Hey, buddy, get on board and let's work together. And rotate. RB 1967 is in 72nd place. And looks like Bareed is broken down. Allen has broken down as well. Unfortunate for those Braid Mechanicals. User 1417 is just about a kilometer ahead of RB. So RB maybe got a late start. Maybe just taking it a little bit easier today. Bouncing up the field. Okay, here's DKN 90 again. So, yeah, DKN 90 went right around Coffee King. So, again, they should get together. Get together, dudes. Get in the draft. Work with each other. You still have 31 kilometers to go. Do you really want to ride solo all the way? Or do you want to save 50% of your energy? It's up to you. Just a suggestion. So hopefully they'll get back together. Remember, they don't really have communication, so I can see how that happens. Chris Kinder is rolling along. So Chris must have had like a quick disconnect. Hopefully the ride was downloaded. I'm guessing they had the ride downloaded, and as they kept pedaling, then when they reconnected, boom, they're right back in. 8 watts a kilo here. Wow. Big numbers. Gil's pushing hard now up this false flatty part here. Close to 8 watts a kilo, trying to get a little bit of a gap. We do have some rollers coming up here in the middle. This is probably a very key part of the race right here. Andy Emo is not letting Gil go today. Carroll is right there as well. Mignana, Tranberg, Breers, Bear Remy, Rocket Roy, L. Roland. They are all here. Yvonne Sagan, Adam Pell, just little gaps. Bruno Koss, Andy up. Andy needs to get on Bruno's wheel right now. And Chris Kinder is here. So Chris got rolling again. I'm just not sure if they fell off the back or they had to chase back on. Burbanik, I think, was in that group and has now been out the back. Kolikak, Vin. Elenio is making up a little bit of room and might make up a bit more on these little rollers. Probably a better climber than some of the people that are up ahead. But yeah, just totally working by themselves. This is kind of a weird place to see Elenio for me. It might be what Elenio decided to ride today. I don't know. I don't talk to these people every day. I have a few insights. Sometimes they say it on Facebook, so I kind of know exactly what's going down. But yeah, this is going to be like, it just seems so fast now to me. Rouvy Racing plus 100% from now on. So get in it. Also got to say, channel's doing really good right now. Just slowly chugging away on subscribers. I'd love more views. all I can say, folks, I'm committed to this. I'll do this as much as I can. Ooh, 8 watts a kilo here out of El Roland, just getting up to the front there. I love doing the race coverage, and I still want to do my little exploratory rides. I will be back in full force here pretty quick. I love the support. Please subscribe. Please. And, there's different ways of supporting me, okay? I've heard this from other podcasts and stuff. The best way you can subscribe is letting other people know. Sorry. The best way you can support me is by letting other people know about it. The more people that know about it, they subscribe. They watch the videos. Hey, you know what? Why don't you put on a playlist one night and just let her run for me? I would love that. When you're busy doing something around the house, when you're working on your car, you're doing some woodworking, maybe just cleaning the house, whatever. I do the same thing at home for my videos. We all have other interests. I put videos on and just let them play for hours straight. Sometimes I don't even see half them. Sometimes I'm sleeping through them. But my little friends that I support, they're getting views. And they get some kind of, financial gain out of this. And you know what? I'm trying as hard as I can to make this go. I do have something on board here. If you really feel like, hey man, I love what this dude's doing, and you really want to support me, I do have Buy Me a Coffee. Someone did notice it, and I really appreciate them buying me 3 coffees. Think of it as buy me a gel. It's probably the best way that you can financially help the channel out. But again, this is always going to be free to everyone. I just kind of got the channel going. I don't know where it's going. I want everyone to have access to everything. I don't really want things behind paywalls and all that kind of weird stuff. I don't think I have enough content to do that. I'm thinking up different things I can do. My number one thing to do is the race coverage, though. It's the most exciting thing on Rouvy to me. So yeah, if you're not subscribed and you're watching this, please please subscribe. Please tell any of your friends. If you got friends on other platforms, tell them to come watch this and see what kind of racing we got going on here on Rouvy. And I can see them coming over. I love it when people say, hey, I switched to Rouvy because of your videos. That's a total win. It's so motivating to me. One guy, I forget whose his name was, and I'm sorry I forget, he said, you are the Phil Liggett of Rouvy cycling. And my mind was just blown that day. So whoever you are, thank you again. Just having a lot of fun doing this, just winging it. I'm honestly sitting on the edge of my chair watching this, totally by the seat of my pants, just winging this all the way. I want it to be natural. I want you to feel what I feel when I watch the races. I don't want this scripted. I do very few edits. Basically, if I follow this whole race today, which I'm trying to, my mouth is sore already. So yeah, that deserves a like, right? I'll follow the race the whole way. My editing is I throw this into a movie editor. I put my front opening on and my outro clip, kindly made by Anthony of GRC for me. He always gets credit for that. And then I upload it. There's no cuts. I'm not trying to cut action out. I'm not trying to cut out mistakes. If there's a mistake, you're getting it live. So to me, that's just more compelling. So anyways, back to the racing. Gil Matteo at the front with Bear Remy. Yeah, these two are always racing against each other. We got Breers 33 here. Carol Susick coming up in 4th place. Rocket Roy. Now, there are gaps here, folks, because there's been some damage done across the past couple of kilometers through those 1, 2, 3, 4 little rollers there. You can see the 4 orange patches just before the halfway point. Damage has been done, and now those riders that are together, like Gil and Bear, and Gil, Remy, and Carol are going to do everything in their power, and I guess with Breers too, to keep everyone else away now. And it's going to be a massive effort for Andy to get back on now in Mignana. With these 4 types of riders at the front, yeah, time trial of your life to try to bridge back onto this one. So this is how the racing is going to kind of play out. Mignana Gur. Let's jump to the back here. User's still doing it. I don't know who User is. I always wonder why someone has the name User. I don't know if it's like a demo account or what it is. Maybe it's like an account in a store. I don't even know. Like, why wouldn't you just throw a real name down? I don't know if it's a test rider. Who knows? But doing good, hanging on here at the back. I mean, and even this back right here, they're riding 3 watts per kilo up this hill. This is a nice ride. Nothing wrong with this, I'll tell you that. We got Leffy Keys, I don't know, whatever you want to call your name, 70th place. DKN 90, still chasing after Coffee King, folks. Look at this. These two refuse to ride together. Sworn enemies. I will not help you. You will not help me. I'm obviously just kidding here, folks. DKN 90's coming back onto Coffee King. And you know, probably a lot of this too is sometimes it's hard to get the draft figured out. And all the platforms are like this. Even in the past with Rouvy, it was hard to match. So DKN 90 has to kind of roll by easy, let Coffee get back in the draft, and then slowly accelerate again now. Don't go by at 3, because then Coffee has to react at 4, goes ahead of you and screws everything up. You know, other factors here are going to be that we're going downhill now at a fairly good gradient. They could be on different bikes, so we're going to have different downhill effects here, whatever word I'm trying to think of. Body weights are going to affect their downhill speeds as well. So, but looks like they are trying to work together. Trust me, they are not sworn enemies. That was just for the video. So moving on, Jeff 65. Jeff's just having a little breather down this hill here. Yeah, why not? Recover. Bombing down behind him is Meridak, just going for it. Stelvio Bound coming by too. Jeff was changing TV channel there, so he was just coasting. We got Dan Mountain Boss again, riding solo. CJF Andel is with Robin Aggie and Dolph Wader. We're going to bounce up. We're back up to Kyle here. Kolofsky. With Kazibar. Yeah, we got Kazibar here. You know, I just say Kazibar. When I forget about the 1, it becomes an I. Mucker 1974, all riding nice at 3 watts per kilo. Anani Must. We got OG, El Tractor, Rouvy Brian. Let's take a little look at the map again, see how it's broken up. Yeah, we got a nice little group here, just moving nicely along. Ah, there's a rider I've seen before, Linden. I've seen that rider. I just saw them up ahead. Right here, Linden 65. Forget where I just most recently saw them. It was outside of this race. Ooh, BTK broke down. That Jiri 70 just broke down. Not sure what's going to happen. Hopefully they get back in. So Linden here has got a little bit of work to do to get back with Christopher. Got a 40-meter gap on them. Grosjean is right there. So we got Grosjean, Boogie Bill. Niels Burnham is just up the road. Hopefully they can get grouped up. Niels might be trying to catch up with the group ahead of him. Ratim, Silly, and Misha. So here's a nice group. We got Silly, Ratim, Mateus Hale's just ahead. Niels is just behind. These guys should all try to group up. We could have 7, 8 riders back together here and then just freight train it. Love that. Mako, just off the front of that group. Mako, you should just hang on a bit. Then we're about 150 meters up the road to Doc. Doc's in the middle of nowhere. Riding, looks like, is it the Trek Damani? I believe it is. Okay, nice stuff. Howler's a further 300 meters up the road, just working hard, trying to get back on with Oni and Spin Jedi and Mike Hagan. They're all just ahead of him here. We got 5 riders together here. Tom, let me get your name. I'm sorry, dude. Tom Van Horebecke. Horebecke is with Bat Builder, Spin Jedi, Mike Hagan. Hal Ayers there. Hal's trying to get back on. Come on, guys. Just give him a break. Give him a break. So we got 5 riders ahead. Yeah, Niemanen's there as well. Yeah, Niemanen's right there as well. And Hal's doing everything he can to get back on. I got my fingers crossed for him. 72 meters. Maybe they'll let off on this little bit of a downhill coming up and Hal can just pound out some watts here. We're not sure. I'll have to come back to this one. Let's pop to the front, see what's going on up there. So we got Carroll up front. I said earlier there was 4 riders together, and it was about 100 meters back to Andy Emo. We're now at 140 meters back to Andy, who's with Mignana, L. Roland, Rocket Roy, Tranberg. They're all there together. But these four up front, they're not going to be caught now. There's a chance someone could get blown out of the back of this group. But it's going to be pretty hard to bridge back that 140 meters. So here's Mignana with Rocket Roy, Andy Emo. Tranberg is just trying to get back on, getting that draft. Just grind, 4.5, 5 watts a kilo, just trying to get back in. Oh, that's Tranberg there. That's L. Roland. Okay. L. Roland is now back in as well. So the 16 that were away at the beginning, after those 4 little kickers in the middle, has now been, basically blown down to 9. There's like 9 riders at the front, within a couple hundred meters of each other, let's say. That's the front group of 4, and then 5 more riders behind that you can see on screen here right now. Do we see them all? Mignana, Rocket Roy, L. Roland, Tranberg. Who am I missing here? Andy. Where's Andy? Oh, Andy's right here. Yeah, sorry. Just eyes aren't working good today. So 16 became 9. That's our 9th rider. Then now we're a full kilometer back. So remember, these 16 were all together, and now we got more than a kilometer splitting us up. So, but we do have Ivan by himself. Chris Kinder's trying to get back onto Ivan. 100 meters back to Adam Pell, who is with Andy up. Bruno Koss. I'm going to say that Andy's loving this draft. That's my guess. Andy is loving the draft feature, riding right at the front, pushing hard. March is Andy's month in the Muckers Championship. This is it. Elenio, further back. This is not going to help Elenio's push for the championship series for March. Again, this could be just the way the races have changed now. It's rocket start, get a break, and then try to hold all the way. All these riders are good enough to maintain their pace. They know what they can do. Got the dog who's barking in the background. I'd like to go throttle him, but he's one of those little dogs. Kolikak under Vin here with Burbanik 5. That dog will bark at anything, any shadow that moves outside. I'm going to try to close one door here. Okay, that might muffle it a little bit. We've got Gref here with Stefan Schmidt. We got Chorus, that rider I didn't know, Cespa. Looks like a pretty good rider. Okay, here's Niemanen. I think there's some groups coming back together now. The group. Oh no, we jumped back 800 meters there. Oh my. Now let's see. Did Hal get back on? No, Hal got strung out there. So the Niemanen Spin Jedi, Mike Hagan, Tom Van Horbeck, Becky, they were down to what was it, like 40, 50 meters? Now it just blew out to 300 meters there. A little bit of that's got to do with the hill, a little bit of accordion effect, but very difficult to keep on. So Hal's next maneuver should be here for me, team up with Neil maybe. They've still got 20 kilometers to go at this point. It all depends how you're feeling on that day, but Boogie Bill's coming up, Grosjean, Doc, Silly Sill, Misha. I don't know a lot about Misha yet, but hanging right in there with some of the hitters. Mako's here, Christopher, Ratim. Got himself a little bit isolated here, 25 meters off the back. Linden 65 coming up nicely. Matthias Hale, Renz Pekave, Tom Larigier, Yaya Recchi, looking good. A Wool, here she is again. L Tractor, oh, Regina L's right there too. Probably trying to stay close to A Wool, although they got Sylvia up the road too, because remember folks, there's men's class and ladies class in this too, so there's races within races. Let's take a look at our fellow friend at the back. User is still out there, still doing it. I love it. Very tough to ride solo when you can see that the next ride up the road is 2 kilometers ahead of you. So shout out to user 1417699. Super creative name. Just having fun with you there. You got this, man. You got this. No problems. It's just little rollers. It's not a lot of climbing. They're probably like little 20 and 30 meter rollers you're going to be doing all the way, but You got this. Okay, back to the front should be just 4 riders, and it is 4 riders. Gil Matteo, Breers 33, Bear Remy, Carol Susick. They've got a 150-meter gap to Andy Emo. Andy's pushing nice here. He's got some good teammates with Mignana Gurr, L. Rowland, Rocket Roy, Tranberg. And when I say teammates, I mean teammates for now. Teammates in this moment on this road. These are your best friends right now. These are your boys at this moment. You need them as much as they need you. Everyone can get their draft going on. Hey, another thing to talk about. Tomorrow, if you can make it, throw a team together. Gem City, ICC, Team Time Trial. I think there's a team going off today. I think I saw it in the Discord, Team GRC Discord. One team starting today. So, I forget what course it is, folks. Sorry. So out to lunch. It's a 20-kilometer course. I think there's like 35 meters of climbing. That's it. So there's nothing. 1.2 meters of climbing for every kilometer of going forward. We have 9 teams registered, with most of them going off tomorrow in a 6-hour window. And it is the group ride format, so there will be some magnet effect. I'm not sure. Maybe they've changed it all now, but I'm pretty sure it's still group ride, so that the leader can help tow some riders that are struggling off the back a little bit, but also allows stronger riders to go to the front and let the leader draft off them. Seem to work pretty good so far. Again, I don't know. There is a handicapping system, and it's based on your average FTP of your group. I don't know what the secret black box technology is behind the handicapping. I should learn it at some point because I'm racing in it and I'd like to know. But it's a lot of fun. And I will be capturing a video for it. That's going to be a busy day tomorrow because I have to capture all 9 races. But think about that, okay? These team time trial teams are 5 riders each. We've got, basically, I think we've got 9 full teams. We got 45 riders committed to this. I mean, that's a pretty good turnout for any race, really. I mean, Muckers probably gets the most every week, and we're at 72, I believe. So 45 for a new event. If you want to go all out VO2 max efforts, this is it. These team time trials. And it's going to be crazy insane with the draft. Because you don't want to blow anyone off the back. Because they'll never get back on. Even with the magnet, they won't get back on then. From what I've seen with the magnet, because I was messing around one day doing it, the magnet stops working at 20 meters behind. So at that point, you're on your own trying to bridge that last 20. You've seen here today already that people are struggling to bridge up that last 20 meters because it's so hard. If you got 4 ahead and you're by yourself, it's just not going to happen. Unless you're like 50% stronger than them, maybe then you can do it. Okay. Let's see what's going on again here. So, yep, we got our 4 still. All eyeballing each other. Yeah, doing a little bit of a climb here too. Gil Matteo 6, Bear Remy 7 watts a kilo. Yeah, this is 6 to 7 watts a kilo up this hill. 450 watts through here. Just smashing watts. Watts apocalypse. You know I love it. Just an absolute watts fest. So fun. A little bit of according here. Look at Andy Emo. Andy saying, yeah, let's go. Andy might be thinking this is a good time to make a race move. Yeah. Trying to get away, Tranberg, L. Rowland, Mignana holding on, but Andy's pushing upwards, briefly there at 7 watts a kilo. Here comes L. Rowland, though, coming to the front, lending a wheel. A little bit of reinforcements coming up now. Tranberg's moving up as well. Rocket Roy's coming up. Mignana's right there. Yep, so we still have our 2 groups. We got a group of 4 and we got a group of 5. I thought someone disappeared there, but again, look at this here. Poor Ivan here is a kilometer behind and 200 meters ahead of everyone else. What does he do? He's riding solo all the way to the finish. And you know what? I was doing a great ride. Like, this is a 4 watt per kilo ride all the way, but 80 kilogram rider, I believe. Maybe a touch heavier even. Yep, a touch heavier. 82, 83 kilograms maybe. Adam's doing a great job here as well. Got in the group with Bruno Koss, Andy Up, and Elenio is trying to get back on. Let's see how Elenio can do this. Elenio's riding 5 watts a kilo. 16 meters back. Yep, is getting back on. Trying to get on Andy's wheel. So you can Andy's sitting on the back, conserving energy. Now having to play a bit of catch up because Andy's falling back a little bit from Adam. So he's just cranking up the power a little bit, getting back into Adam's draft, which he's back in now. Everything's good. Oh, so yeah, so Ivan's out ahead. So we got Bruno, Adam, Andy, and Elenio. We got this nice group of 4 here. Yeah, we got these 4 riders here. This green dot here will be Ivan up the road. And then Elenio is the purplish pinky dot here. Sorry, pink. Trying to get back on. Elenio, yeah, is 34 meters back. Still cannot get back on. And then the green dot back here is Burbanik, 5. So you can see Elenio is trying to get back on. Just struggling, 6 watts a kilo, still trying to get on. A little bit of uphill. This is Elenio's territory right here. Just bridges right back on. Probably a sigh of relief. I'm on. I can rest a little bit. Probably rolls right through them here, and then we'll let off a bit. Oh, who knows? With Elenio's attacking climbing style, might just keep pushing. Which, he's still going at 4 watts a kilo, 75 kilogram rider. So not an ultra lightweight. I always think of, maybe Elenio just pushes really hard on hills. We're going to bounce back to the front. So we got Carroll, Bear Remy, Gil. They're all within, they're right on top of each other here. So we got those 4 riders there. And then still 200 meters back to Andy Emo. He's catching a little bit of a breather here, waiting for Rocket to catch up. Tranberg, El Roland, Mignana. Looks like we're going to have 2 fantastic sprints here at the finish. And these riders are flying along. We're at 46 minutes into the race, and we've already covered. We'll take an official... We're just under 36 kilometers at 46 minutes into the race. These guys are flying. So Draft Extreme, I love it. Again, Rouvy Racing ramped. Okay, back to the Gem City. Throw a team in. I think you would contact John, the best person, or you drop a comment for me. If you see this today, how do we get a team in? Just shoot me a comment. I'll get it over to John. They got a great website. I'll throw it in the comments. Take a look at all the comments. I try to put I call it the show notes. If I talk about anything that's interesting to me, today there might be a link to oral surgery, just so you know, with cadaver bones. So I'm still waiting to become the Walking Dead today. So usually in my show notes I put the route, because some people will ask me, hey, what's this route is this? So I just throw it in there. I put a link in for that. If I talk about something cool, I'll put that in there. I'll put probably a link in for the Gem City website. They got a super slick website. Shows all their schedule that they're involved in. So they do a lot of group rides, recovery rides, chase the leader. They even do one called Pull the Leader, which someone's designated the leader in a group ride, and the other riders will try to draft the leader to a faster time. Probably for like a personal record. I haven't done one of those yet. I really like when the leader chases the other ones, when you give the other riders a little bit of a head start, and then the leader tries to track them down. That's probably my favorite event. It's really cool how users that I know on here personally have basically modded the platform, if you want to call it that. Kind of like when you mod a video game to do things that maybe even the developers never thought of. We're doing different things here. I don't think anyone ever thought of the leader chases. But it's happening. Just riding things differently. Like, yeah, we could do the team time trial in race mode, but then you kind of risk blowing, maybe some riders that maybe just aren't as strong. Maybe riders like me that are trying to recover right now. So I'm in the team time trial tomorrow with 4 hitters. I'll probably barely be able to hang on, but the draft is going to save my butt on this one. So looking forward to that. Then maybe I'll do like a real cruisy ride Saturday. Sunday, we got the Team GRC Sunday short race. If I remember where it is, I'll tell you. Oh, yeah, it's a climb. It's a climb. Is it Horseshoe Pass or something like that? We were trying to do something in Ireland, but I don't think there's any AR routes in Ireland, which is unfortunate. So we jumped across the water. I think we're somewhere in Scotland. Maybe it's Wales. I don't even know. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I'm way out of the loop this week. But guess what? Still got your race covering going. Race coverage is still on, in effect. Oh yeah, have I even said the channel name today? My wife screams at me. Inside Cycling World, your host, Colin. Yeah, so again, back to the old support the channel. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you really want to give me a push or a little bit of an extra draft, do the old buy me a coffee thing. Just think of buying me a gel. I kind of like it. I like that strategy. Support system. It's kind of like going out and meeting a buddy for a coffee, right? You know, if I went out and met my buddy, I'd buy him a coffee. Why not? It's pretty easy to do. So anyways, we're back at it. Carol's at the front, pushing 5 watts a kilo. These three are going to have to do a little bit of work here. They've let Carol get away 10 meters, but these are like big number riders. So Gil's going to pull Carol back. We're back. And Carol doesn't want to be doing this all by himself either. Back here. Let's see our friend at the back. User, still out there, rocking it. BTK did reconnect. Something funny is going on here because power is showing, but their character's not moving on screen. Very strange. BTK is still out there, though. I like that. You're doing it, man. Let's see our two warriors. Oh, check this out. DKN90, Coffee King, who are no longer sworn enemies, are now with Rotaboloso. So we got 3. More power with 3, right? Up the road, we got Phil SCRT, Jeff 65 just ahead. Jeff just doing a little bit of cruisy coasting here right now. He's changing channels again. He's probably finished watching another one of my videos. And he's like, I can't get enough of this stuff. I need more. So let's get some more Inside Cycling videos going. And Colin can make 1 penny per watching a video. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you doing that. Chris Kinder, having disconnect issues, having some kind of problems here. So I think we've lost Chris altogether. And Chris was like placed quite high in the standings. Let's just bump up. Mikey 73. Dan Mountain Boss is with Quebec 81. Not sure if I've seen this rider today. But yeah, doing a nice job here. Riding 3 watts per kilo. 3.5 watts per kilo up this hill. Robin Aggie. CGF Andel. Alfio Christ 75. Squalodel AP. Up to Mateus Hale. Then we're going to jump up. Let's jump up to Kazibar. I just like saying Kazibar's name. Where's Regina L? She should be right nearby. We got Koloski right nearby. With L Tractor. Yeah, here she is. Here's Regina L. So, yeah. And A Wool is just up the road, too. These ladies know how to race, I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. There's some deadly female cyclists on Rouvy. Yeah, we've seen them all out there. They can hang. And it's probably going to be even better for them now. And when I say the ladies riders, I'm probably including some of the ultra lightweight climbers. You know, when you're a big power rider pushing 6 watts per kilo, it's a lot bigger of an absolute wattage number than someone who's a 50 to 55 kilogram rider. But those little riders now can sneak up and get in that draft and hang on for dear life. But that's the thing they got to remember too. Like, I'm trying to get this figured out for some of our future routes that we're going to ride. We want to make it so that it's going to be a flat route to give the flatlanders a chance, with a bump in the middle. This is my theory anyway. With a bump in the middle to then let the climbers take off, and then a flat at the finish to let the flatlanders try to get back on. Few ways to do it though. Those little climbers got to hang on all the way to the bump. They might be exhausted by the time they get there and not have much left. Realizing if they dump everything, if they jettison all their fuel on the way up that climb, they may have nothing left to fight back against the big riders on the flats at the finish. I think that would be such a good race. So I'm looking for lots of those. You're going to see those coming down the road here. We're going to start bouncing up. This has been quite the rambly one today, I find, but I like that. Hey, and everyone that's out here, so we got Ivan by himself, Ivan by himself. Still 126 meters of Alenio. I think Ivan's going all the way by himself. Then we're up to our next group of, should be 5 riders here. Mignana, Andy, L. Roland, Tranberg, and Rocket Roy all together. Big sprint for those guys. And further up the road, we got these 4. No one's getting away from anyone now. Now, what's left at the end? There is a little bit of false flatty coming up. Just the slightest. And then a slight bit of false downhill. Just a little bit. Like maybe we'll get up to 1% here, 2%. But yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be able to pull any moves off here. But let's just see. All of a sudden, Gills just drops 10 watts per kilo. Making an attack on this last little roller here. Like, I mean, this is why we do this live, folks. Live, live, live. No edits. I said it. It happened. Yes. Gil now has a 15-meter gap over 2 other riders. Can they come back? Can Carroll and Bear Remy get back on? Which it looks like they're going to do. So they did react in time. But Gil did make the attack there on that little tiny bit of false flat. Like, it was less than 1%, but that's about your last chance to launch over the top. He didn't get away. Now we're going to go downhill a little bit. Probably no more than 1% again. Yeah, this is great. Great racing here, folks. Really exciting stuff. I'm so glad to be back on doing this. I was trying to do the 2 races on Tuesday. And for all my Muckers friends and all my other buddies over at GUR, I had both your races downloaded. Ready to roll. And the thing was, they started within, I think, half an hour of each other. So I was going to cover a bit of each one. You know, show all the best racing from everyone, right? I just couldn't do it. My mouth was so sore. It's like, again, maybe I'll get some pity subscriptions. My mouth is quite sore right now, but I'm hanging in there for my crew. We're doing this. Okay, we're just 1.2 kilometers to the finish. Now, knowing these riders here, I got to say Gil's going to want to go early. It looks like Breers is going. Breers has decided to make an attack of 12.5 watts a kilo at just over a kilometer from the finish. Probably using this downhill here. We're at 2% downhill. Fantastic, Breers. Oh, yes. Opened up a 30-meter gap on Gil Mattiau. Now, Gil's cranking at 10 watts a kilo. Breers is hanging on at 8.7. Watch the distance come down here. Oh, my. This is fantastic. 34-meter gap, 3 riders chasing here. Bear Remy, L. Roland, Gil Mattiau, all pursuing Breers 33, who has opened up a 30-meter gap. We're 500 meters to go. Breers is holding on for dear life. Just barely holding on. Look at this, coming up to the finish here. Everyone cheer for Breers. I'm cheering for Breers right now because he took the risk, but they're coming. I think Breers has got it. Breers, what a superstar move. They're coming, they're 30 meters back, but they're not going to get him now. 150 meters to go. Having said that, Bear Remy's now dropped 11 watts a kilo. 20 meters behind Breers. Can Breers hold on? Breers is going to hold it. Bear Remy second. Gil third. Carol Suzik fourth. Wow. That was a finish. Okay, so Rocket Roy and Andy have broken away from L. Roland, Mignana, and Tranberg. Tranberg is solo with Mignana and L. Roland together. And then Andy Emo and Rocket Roy together here. Pushing nice and hard. 4.5 watts a kilo. 5 watts a kilo. 150 to go. Andy decides to go for it. 7 watts a kilo, but Rocket Roy's right on him. Will he get around him here? Rocket Roy's trying 11 watts a kilo. Might get him at the finish. Photo finish, folks. I'm going to end up missing the next 2 riders. I'm sorry. Nope, Mignana comes in with El Rolo trailing, and then Tranberg. Tranberg just got peeled out the back. Great job by Tranberg here for hanging in there all the way to secure a top 10 finish here. Awesome job. Ivan is now 1.45 kilometers back. Elenio 79 coming up. Adam Pell. So I'm going to guess here. So we got a little bit of time to kill. What was I talking about before? I don't even remember. Again, I guess the live stuff. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was saying something about a false flat. Gil Mattiau will probably attack. And then I swear, like 4 seconds later, he did it. Again, I want my videos to be natural, uncut. Maybe it's a bit of laziness by my part. I really don't like editing videos. I like showing you everything. I don't want to have a compressed. I don't want to show you 10-minute long videos. I just don't. If you're anything like me with cycling, you know, we all have our favorite cycling stuff on YouTube, and this is how I do it. When I see someone who's going on an adventure, like I rode the Baja, or I rode the Rocky Mountain Divide, and it's a 12-minute video, I don't even put it on. I'm sorry, I don't even put it on. I want to be invested in your adventure, in your video. I will watch every second of it. I will sit through every commercial. I will let them all play because I want to support you. The short videos don't do it for me. Having said that, I realize I got to do some different stuff with my channel too. Some people like short videos. I thought about making a sprint collage, or sprint montage, I should call it. Because we're going to have a lot of good sprints. I think some of those sprints we saw today qualify for it. Maybe some of my best reactions to videos. It's just a lot of stuff to grind through, right? And there's always something going on. Here we go. Ivan's finishing in 10th place. Adam Pell coming in now in 11th. Ooh, let's take a look here. Elenio and Adam Pell are right together. Adam's just cranking it up. 10 watts a kilo here. Elenio trying to counter at 10 as well. Adam's got it. Elenio 12th. So we got Adam Pell in 11th, Elenio 79 in 12th. I hope that was your number. Yeah, I think it's Elenio 79 in 12th. Bruno Koss coming in. Ooh, Andy, let's roll, Andy. Come on, pick it up. Okay, Andy's finishing nicely here. He's got 14th place secured. And then we're a big jump back to Burbanek and Kolikak, Vin. I think I put a little spin on the name there, Kolikak. Collie. This is Collie. I think I told you once before. Everyone that is like a long-term friend of mine, people I've known 20 years, my daughter, my wife, they call me Collie. So Colin becomes Collie. So whenever I see someone's name that's Collie, even though this one's with a K, and there's another Collie out there too, it's a Collie with a number. Yeah, I always see it and just think Collie. So if you know me, it's Collie. You just drop the N. It's all good. 15th, 16th place here, Burbanek and Collie. Collie's decided to coast. He said, hey man, just go for it. Oh, now Collie's gearing back up. Probably missed a gear there. Yeah, Collie's dropped it, missed a gear, and then says, let's do this. Vaults around Burbanek, leaving Burbanek stranded 10 meters behind. And now Collie is just going to coast across. Nice maneuver. I do a lot of coasting in the finish line too. So I kind of feel like I'm looking at myself there. We got Course coming in 17th place. Solo. Cespa, the rider I don't know. I'm just noticing here, Cespa riding 8.5 watts per kilo down the hill here. This is our first ladies rider. Incredible. I got to look for the ponytail. Sometimes you can see a slight, shape difference in the avatar. I don't look for that ever, because I'm just a nice guy. I look for the ponytail. So I can just see her ponytail here where the pointer is. That's what I'm looking for. Cespa's trying to hunt down Chorus right now. Is there enough room left? I think Cespa has a chance here. At 6 watts a kilo, Chorus is holding on at 4. We have a 40-meter gap with 400 meters to go. Cespa has momentum on her side. She could be stealing 70th place. Oh, and look at this here too. Stefan Schmidt's coming up. Big Diesel, winding it up. Cruising up behind Cespa, just getting some of that draft. Even though she's little, there's still a nice draft effect there. Wow, nice finish by Cespa here. Stefan rolling in. Chorus might hold him off. No, Stefan says, I'm going. He's trying his hardest. He's going to nip past Cespa. Not catch Chorus, though. Grep's coming in, too. Great finishes here. Ooh, look at this one here. Mike Hagan, Spin Jedi, Mr. Tired, I Feel Tired, Oni D, Bat Biller, Tom Van Becky, Tom Van Horibeke. Yeah, folks, look at this. Neiman and 10 watts a kilo. They're all going to finish side by side here. This is hard for me to call. I'm sorry. There was like 6 riders that finished there together. You could see them all winding up. Niels Brenham hanging on. Mako was trying to come back. Niels is a pretty seasoned veteran here. I don't think he's going to let him come back. Ooh, look at this. Grosjean sprinting up to the finish. Catching a rider. Is going to catch Niels Brenham at the finish. I think he caught him. Grosjean, I think, caught Neil sleeping a bit there. Silly Sill coming in, 34th place. This, I think Silly Sill might be our second place ladies finisher. Great job. Misha coming in 35th. Haller 36th. So everyone's riding solo here now. The field's kind of imploded on itself, or exploded, I should say. Linden 65. If we go to the map view, you're going to see like they're all going to be quite split up now. Finish is just off the left of the screen. Wow, some good sprints there. Renz, and there's going to be a few good more ones too, so I'm going to hang out for a bit here. This feels like a long video today, and it is. We're coming up on, oh, we're over an hour. See what I'm saying? It's so easy for me to do an hour-long video. Easy. You're not getting 8 minutes out of me, folks. That's not how it's going to work. So we're going to bounce back through the field. Have a little peek. I want to see if my friend's still going. Yes. User is still out there. The only rider at the back still going. Cruising along really nice. Now there's only a 1.2 kilometer gap up to Leffy KZ. It's the best way I can say that name. Leffy. I think it was close to 2 kilometers before. Hey, let's check out our little friends here. DKN90, Coffee King, and Rota Beloso. All riding together. Smart move, fellas. Nice move. Back up to Jeff. Jeff's with Stelvio Bound. And Phil's coming up. This is Phil coming up just on Jeff's shoulder. Mary Dak. A little bit of a solo ride. We got Mikey just up the road. Yeah, see a lot of solo riding here now. Quebec is not that far behind Dan, Mountain Boss. Dolph Waiters, 2 kilometers up the road with Robin Aggie and CGF Andel. Alfio Christ is just further up the road. Squalo del P. Ooh, Mechanical. Mateus Hale. Grupedo. OG. Koloski. Okay, I need to watch this group here. I don't want to miss my other friends at the front. Let's get up here. Okay, Hal's coming in solo. So Hal, great job. 36th place. That's what you want. We got to get you in the points, right? Linden 65, a couple hundred meters back. I think this is the second time I've seen Linden racing. They're going to finish solo. But here, check this out. We got A-Wool, Rats Him, Christopher, Tom Larigio, and Renz Picave. Looks like we got another rider coming here. Is this Yaya Reki coming? It's Yaya Reki coming. Yaya Reki generally has a pretty powerful sprint at the end. These riders are competing for, looks like 38th through 43rd place. Big points here. So everyone needs to get serious with this now. Remember, this is a Thursday race. This is for the championship for March. They're coming in fast now. Cruising, we're doing like 47, 48K an hour here. 5 riders, 5 up sprint. Who's going first? We're less than 3 minutes. Oh, it's already off, folks. Renz goes off the front at 8 watts a kilo. Ratsim's countering at 6. This is going to be a very hard finish for me to cover here. So Renz got a 25-meter lead. Ratsim's there. A-Wool's there. Tom Larigier, Christopher, and Yaya Reki. Yaya Reki coming in for 43rd place. Anon He Must is not that far behind. So those 5 finish within just a few meters of each other. The one rider took that, Renz Picave, got the little bit of a 20-meter jump. Oh, check this out. El Tractor is coming around Mucker here. Mucker 1974. So El Tractor's giving a little bit of a dig. Mucker's protecting his 46th place. Rouvy Bryan coming in 47th. Kolofsky in 48th, 49th for OG and Regina L. Okay, who finished outside the top 50 there? I think Regina L finished in 51st, just outside the top 50. Now, I know the way it works is that some of the riders in the top 50 will get bumped out in the point standings if they didn't have like a heart rate monitor, just to keep everything fair and square, right? We're trying to like level the playing field, keep everyone legit, and I love how they do that. That's how it should be done. You know, smart trainers, are you on a heart rate monitor, just things you can see that are going on that just don't look right for some reason. 52nd place will be Grupedo. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Regina L got 51st there. Squalo del LP and Mateus Hale are coming in together. They are 700 meters to the finish. And today, folks, I think this is where I'm going to finish up. Because then it's big jumps after that to the end. Everyone's doing their own thing out there. I want to get this video, my smidgen of editing that I like to do, and I want to get it uploaded to you, and then I want to go have myself probably a little nappy poo. because the antibiotics make me very tired. Yep, so finishing up here. Squallow's looking good, 4 watts a kilo. Oh, yeah, here we go. Mateus Hell kicking at 8 watts, 9 watts a kilo, coming around Squallow. What can Squallow do here? Bouncing back to Squallow. You can see Mateus pulling away. Mateus has got a nice kick here at 8 watts a kilo. Opened up a 10-meter gap. Will the draft allow Squallow back on? I think it's too big now. We're running out of road. Great finish there for 53rd and 54th place. Great job, guys. Awesome job. Always fantastic races with the muckers, especially on Thursdays. Dolph coming in, Robin Aggie, CJF Andel, they're all there. Again, okay, you suckered me in. I see CJF going on a little bit of a tear here, so I'm going to stick around for another finish here. CJ is going from a long ways out. 700 meters out, CJ's attacking. Got a jump on Robin and Dolph. Perfect timing there. Can they hold on now? Let's jump back to Dolph. So, okay, there's a bit of a gap. I think Dolph may be just finishing his ride up now, saying, yep, good enough. But it looks like Robin Aggie's trying to get back on, but we're talking a 40-meter gap now to CJF. Robin Aggie's trying to push 3 to 4 watts a kilo. CJ is just hanging on, at 2 watts a kilo. That gap is coming down. Take a look at this. Gap's coming down 35 meters. But we're 140 meters to go. CJ is going to hold for 56th. Robin Aggie 57th. And Dolph's going to come in 58th place. So let's let Dolph finish here. I will end it after that, and I'll get this baby uploaded as quick as I can. So again, don't forget, if you want to jump in the team time trial, check out the Gem City stuff. I'm going to put a link in the video. All the details will be there for you to figure out how to get it going. You need 5 riders. Some teams did 4 last time. Anyway, folks, I'm glad to be back. Sore mouth and all. Thanks for the support. See you again real soon.